Trustees, represented by Chairman Burton. I see Joe Sargitakis. I don't know if there's other members of the Board of Trustees here as well. Also want to welcome our student representatives, Anna Marie Barnes, and members of her cabinet who are here this morning. Members of the university's auxiliary services led by Gordon Wilson, and also our planning group under the direction of Robin Burr is here today. Also a big welcome to all the donors to this wonderful project, as well as our partners at Layton Construction, the Athletic Directors Advisory Board, and Populous VCBO, and again the university's auxiliary services. So we've got a pretty tight program this morning because again we need to get ready for game day. But we'll kick off with President Ruth Watkins, Mr. Spence Eccles, and then Mr. Bob Garff, and his wife Kathy Garff will speak, and we'll wrap up with Mark Harlan. After that, we'll walk out and actually do the formal groundbreaking outside. So again, if you've been invited to be part of the groundbreaking ceremony, we'll have you guys kind of sneak out. The shovels and helmets are out there all ready for you. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to President Watkins.
So welcome. And I'll help Chris out and tell you all good afternoon. It's been a long day for Chris, I think. Perhaps, yes, but it's all right, I think. So it's been a few months since we announced plans to expand Rice-Eccles Stadium. So today we're thrilled to get this work underway. Now don't panic. We have a little work to do before that work actually begins. It's a ceremonial groundbreaking. We're not tearing down the south end zone just yet. That work will begin in earnest in January. Yes, today we have a big game to play. I think I'd just like to take a minute to say thank you to our team, to Coach Whittingham. What a remarkable year it's been, how much fun it's been. We're all very grateful for the way this connects our community, and we want to join together to wish them good luck this evening. So maybe you join me for that. And this is indeed a great day for the University of Utah. Many years ago, the Rice and Eccles families stepped forward as major donors to build this stadium. We are here today because of the foundation, the vision, and the partnership of the Rice and Eccles families. Please join me in recognizing Spence Eccles, Lisa Eccles, Ren Rice, and Mitch Rice for their wonderful support and the support of their family, which makes this possible. Rice-Eccles Stadium is a major gathering place for our community, not only for our football team, but for many community events. The stadium connects thousands of students, alums, faculty, staff, and fans to our institution and to each other. The stadium also brings thousands of community members to the university every year for a wide range of events, from high school football championships to other sporting activities, celebrations, and concerts. The expansion project will make it possible for us to have even more people at this great venue. The new end zone will ensure a fantastic experience for our fans, for our athletes, and for the staff who work here. The Ken Garff Performance Zone will raise the ceiling on the future of Utah athletics, creating academic and athletic opportunities for future Utah student athletes. It will also boost our ability to attract elite student athletes that our student body, alums, and fans can be proud of and help celebrate. This project is happening because of the Garff family. The Garff family has a remarkable legacy of giving to the University of Utah. Their generosity has benefited hundreds of students, not just through building projects, but through scholarships, technology advances, and career development. We are so proud that we have had the Garff family members at the U for 5 generations. To the Garff family, many here today, in particular, Matt, Bob, Kathy, John, thank you for your loyalty to the U, and thank you so much for the generous donation that makes the Ken Garff Performance Zone possible. This project has been the subject of conversation for many, many years. Now it's a reality. The project ensures that Rice-Eccles Stadium will be a centerpiece of our campus for many years to come. Thank you, Garff family. Maybe you join me in a big round of applause for the Garffs. And now it's my pleasure to welcome Spence Eccles for some remarks. Spence.
Okay, I'll take it off, Lisa, but it's the only time I get a chance to have the last year's national championship ski team hat on. Well, good afternoon, folks. And you know, it's a thrill to be with you all on this truly landmark day in the history of Rice-Eccles Stadium and our athletic programs and the entire University of Utah. But first and foremost, let me thank the terrific Ken Garff whole family that is so brilliantly led by parents Bob and Kathy for their wonderful generosity and for their great ad. I can hear you. I can hear you. Now then, we're having an earthquake? Along the way also, thanks to so many other loyal Utes who are contributing to this incredible, yes, really incredible Ken Garff Performance Zone. So now, you get this final complete Rice-Eccles Stadium as we planned for and dreamed of for oh so many years. So it's a rare privilege to stand here side by side with the one and only Bob and Joyce Rice family. For many decades, our Eccles families have shared a close personal relationship right along with our shared University of Utah pride and loyalty. So together with them, it's an honor today to represent the Rice and the Eccles clans here at our beloved Rice-Eccles Stadium. And what a journey we've all been on to reach this moment, eh? But you know, to my mind, today is the result of the university's excellence and our student athletes and coaches' commitment and our boosters and their loyalty and certainly their generosity. I recognize that step, but I'm not sure who it is. Yes, those are really ingredients, the teamwork, if you will, essential to build the kind of top-ranked athletic programs that we all have enjoyed now here at the U, highlighted by our top 10 ranked football team, or should I be more correct to say the 6th ranked team nationally. Obviously, we've been on a positive trajectory, huh? Build on the kind of talent and teamwork you're all going to witness this afternoon here today. Yet, I can't help but reflect for just a couple of minutes on a few of the landmark moments that we've all built together that are the foundation of where we are today. So let's look and reminisce a bit about the history. Let's think of September 12th, 1998. Do you remember 21 years ago? Our first game here in the newly expanded Rice-Eccles Stadium with more than 45,000 cheering fans. Our 45-22 victory over Louisville that day was really the icing on the cake. And 6 years later, September 2nd, 2004, it was our season opening football game against Texas A&M. We had somehow fast-tracked construction of our nearly completed new university field house in time for our Utes, led by Coach Urban Meyer and Whittingham as his assistant and quarterback Alex Smith, to claim the 41-21 victory that launched that incredible 12-0 unbeaten season. And then, January 1, '05, just a few months later, the day our first in history BCS busting Utes snatched another victory to cap off the season with a win over a tough Pittsburgh University in the Fiesta Bowl. And Oh, then, January 2nd, '09, the Sugar Bowl. Ah, yes, the sweet, sweet Sugar Bowl 31-17 victory over heavily favored Alabama, when we were the first team to ever bust into the BCS a second time, and it followed yet another undefeated season of 13-0, with Coach Witt at the helm this time. And don't forget, both of those 2005 and '09 Major Bowl victories came when we were still in the underrated Mountain West Conference. But then July 1, '11, the real game change. Yes, indeed, the real game changer. Just a year and a half later, when we reached our long-held goal of joining the Pac-12. Hot dog, that was really good. No longer could the excellence of our athletic programs and the excellence of our overall university be ignored anymore. And then, on a personal note, August 15th of 13 marked the opening of the Spence and Cleone Eccles Football Center, which Coach Witt likes to remind me is an integral asset in recruiting and training all of our student athletes, making sure they build their strength in body, mind, and spirit. Which brings us up to today, November 30th, 2019. Another milestone moment, knowing that this Ken Garff Performance Zone will be another vital and important asset to our football program and, yes, our entire university. This year, the extraordinary Utah football team is rightfully generating national recognition of the excellence of our university, with benefits that extend throughout the whole state. And now, on the horizon, we may just reach our goal, not only to be the Pac-12 champions, but receive a long-awaited invitation to the granddaddy of them all, the Rose Bowl. But maybe, just maybe, to compete for the national championship, huh? Oh, boy, yes. So, my friends, thank you again to the Garff family for this wonderful addition to the U, and for their long personal relationship and friendship with our family, going back to Mariner and George and Loli Eccles, and to the Rice family, who started this journey with their generosity nearly 50 years ago, and their continued support with the then New Lights updated scoreboard and that modern stuff called artificial turf. Anyway, we move forward. And of course, to all of you, essential members of our successful team. And you know, I've been privileged to be part of this incredible journey with so many of you. Together, we've made sure that for our Utes, yes, indeed, the best is still yet to come. Thank you all, and go Utes!
Well, thank you for being here today. Education is probably the most important value and asset that we all have, and it's because of the University of Utah. And the University of Utah has left each one of us a legacy of education. And Ken Garff always told us, as the leader of our family, that education would leave the most lasting impression, and that we should seek for an education so that we could have a legacy from him, from the university, from the higher institutions of the United States, of the world, and now we have the University of Utah to thank for so many things. But we have a legacy of opportunity with this new performance center. And I just wanted to say that Ken Garff, it was our inspiration as a family. He's our inspiration to give in the community, and he is our inspiration to continue education for everyone. And it's our hope
that everyone who uses this Ken Garff Performance Center feels that they are a part of giving back and feeling of this great legacy that the University of Utah has given to us. And thank you, Ruth Watkins, for being here and for driving this force. And thank you to the athletic department, Mark, for also encouraging this. And thank you to the athletes. Thank you to the athletic department. But most of all, thank you for the legacy of opportunity. We are grateful to be here today. Thank you.
I'm going to have the shining you face you here. What a beautiful day it is for us. But I must be older than Spence Eccles, because I remember way back before he even suggested just a few minutes ago. It was my father who took me to the games when I was just a little guy. And we watched people like Lee Groscup. Some of you in the audience might remember that. Or Larry Wilson, former national football player and safety for the U and running back and so forth. I've watched these team players for now over 70 years. And they were an inspiration to me then, and they're an inspiration to me now. You see, the university is a flagship to the community in general. It's because I watch games, I wanted to come here, but it was the education in the end that brought such a luster to all of our lives. We can be grateful for this flagship institution. Some of you may know that they were just recognized by being chosen to be, is it the American Association of Universities?
Association of American Universities.
Almost right. Association that only the elite of the elite universities in this country belong to. And it does signal the university that's on the rise, don't you think? It is academically recognized. It is, and as you can see by our record this year, it's recognized by our athletic teams around the country. Our admittance into the Pac-12 is a signal that everything that this university is about is coming to fruition. And I think we all, as citizens of this great state, can be proud of what's going on here. Ruth has been at the head, for sure, the last few years to make this all happen. And we're grateful for her presidency and all the other administration officers that are making us so proud of this great state and this great university. I want to acknowledge just a couple of people before I get too far into this. I want to recognize, first of all, my family. It's through their giving. It's not always my giving. It's every one of their estates. They've given into this proposition. So I'd like them to stand if they would. Come on, Garff family, stand up and be recognized. Thank you. I think one of the only ones missing, well, there's several missing, but I won't go into those that are not here for different reasons, but I do acknowledge their goodness. Each one of them, of my children and grandchildren, have gone to the University of Utah. Now this is now going into the fourth generation, soon to be the fifth generation into this institution. And so we all feel such an indebted attitude toward this university. It's only proper that we give back to the institution that gave us life and breath, may I say. So thank you again. I also wanted to say to you that I believe that the U will go long and far, way beyond my dreams. I think that they're just beginning to rise and that they will continue to grow, and that this performance center will be one of the main draws to the whole community. Now, I want to say that it seems a little irregular to say something that outlandish, but you see, we've been making plans for this Garff performance zone for months now. We've gone to different universities across the land. We've seen the good things that they have done in these different places, from Texas to California to Arizona to wherever, Washington, etc. And we've taken the good ideas and tried to meld them into the planning for the future, and we've forgotten some of the bad ideas that they've had. But in the end, the seats will grow to allow more people into this stadium, but we also hope to use this facility in such a way that it will not just be used for game days, 6 days out of the year, but because the way it's being planned, it can be used for 300 days of the year. And we're just making and finalizing some of those plans, but that will be made known perhaps at another time when everything is more tied down. But it will be not only a recruiting station for athletes, because it'll be the state of art on how to perform and the beauties of our natural surroundings. It will be a recruiting tool for athletes. You can see them wanting to come here to ski, wanting them to hike, to see our beautiful mountains around us, etc. It will be a very attractive facility also, I know this might seem strange, but it will also attract faculty from across the land as well, because we plan on having activities for the faculty here in this facility. And we've talked to a lot of people. There seems to be a groundswell bigger than what I had hoped for. And isn't that exciting? So it is going to be a place that, for example, I think our company with 4,000 employees can use just outside here. So it is something that will attract a lot of people, and it will be the center place for the community ahead. So thanks to the Rice family. They started in 1972, I was told, but my father was there with their father and Spence's father, and we've been friends for all these years. So I think it's all getting fitting and proper that on this Thanksgiving weekend that we express our gratitude to the community that gave us life. It's through the people of the state of Utah that all these things are possible. And so I acknowledge the goodness of the people of this community. Thank you all for the part you play. And with that, I think it's time for me to sit down.
I'm between you and tailgating. I recognize that and understand that. I also want to make sure that I acknowledge Coach Whittingham. He was hoping to be here. We moved a little bit closer to the game, so he couldn't be here. But I talked to him this morning. He really wants to pass along his thanks to all of you in appreciation for this incredible facility. Certainly want to thank the Rice family who's here today. You guys are incredible. It's been great to get to know you guys. They go to every game. I see you guys everywhere. We appreciate it. Thank you, Spence, for everything, your friendship. And Bob and Kathy, it has been so fun on this whole project. I know Matt's here. John is coming in, but you've told me a few times we got one shot at this, right?
Right.
He reminds me of that a lot. We got one shot to get this right, and that's our absolute plan. Incredible people in this room. I see our architect here today. I see our builders here today. I see everybody in between. I see the great staff from auxiliary service, from athletics. We are committed to having the best facility to add to the best stadium in this country. Our planning is ahead of schedule. We're excited with where we're at. We're going to start digging here in January. We have, wait for it, 7 more games in this facility that we stand here today. So we'll use the duct tape. We'll get through today, right, Gavin? Looking at you. We'll use the duct tape to get through today. We'll use the duct tape to get through next year. And then we're going to open up the best facility in the country, as I said. Ground floor, all for our student athletes, to recruit, to be around, for them to get ready to go. And we'll do an okay job in the visiting part too. It'll be fine. Don't worry about that. I promise the president we'll do the right stuff. Okay? We'll have an incredible club, field club. The team will run through as they enter into the stadium. 900 plus people can celebrate with our fans, and then all the premium product that will be on top, along with an additional 2,000 plus seats for our fans that are already sitting in the south end zone to return, and for others to go down our waiting list, which we are blessed to have of over 3,500 accounts on a waiting list, which I know Ann, our marketing director, appreciates. Just stop and think about that for a second. As people are retracting, we're building, because that's who the University of Utah is, right? We're not going to stand still. We're not going to stand still at all. We're going to keep growing. We're going to keep getting better. And these are the things that help get us there. But we cannot do it without the incredible support of incredible people in this room. We had a $35 million goal to raise, and we are just about there. Think about that. We've only been raising money for this facility for less than a year. The Garff family and so many others have stepped up, and we are so appreciative. So with that, I'll say thank you for everybody for coming here. I'll turn it back over to the great Chris Nelson, who now realizes it is the evening and we're heading toward the game. And it's okay. Come on up, Chris. But thank you all so much. Appreciate it.
Before we move on, let's do the group shots. With you guys, there's a great block you podium, so just have you all stand up here. Get uncomfortably close.
All right, snuggle in. Very good.
Is that a hot mic?
That's a hot mic.
That's a good lesson.
I'll say something about Putin.